But don't forget, I mean, we're still talking about a guy that's extremely knowledgeable. So the question is, do you still have the reflexes and the physical ability to do what your mind is telling you to do? Because, he's one of the sharpest boxing minds, and defensive minds that has ever done it. So the question is, when you tell your body to move, is your body actually going to move like it did, 20 years ago?
Nope.
Right. So,
Father Time, undefeated. Man, I just like, hey man, get the hell out of here with that nonsense.
yeah. So, but just like I said, this fight to me, it's not controversial. It was a close fight that either one of these guys could have won. I think that's just some sour grapes because the Golovkin people didn't get the outcome that they wanted. And had the fight gone to Golovkin, then we would still be saying it's controversial because the Alvarez people didn't get what they wanted. So that's essentially where we are.
Yep. Man, thanks man. I know you're busy. Thanks for taking time out your night, man, for to grace our splendid airwaves. Much love to you, man. I'll talk to you in 2 weeks for the October show.
Not that much.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on. I know you're busy. Peace. 2 fingers, 1 word. Peace. As usual, man, Stacy brings the pain, and I do see how he saw it, and it's gonna be interesting what comes about in the next few months. He dismissed that whole concept of the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao thing, and they may have just put that out there to continue to have foolish conversation and foolish fodder in regards to that situation, and I hope that's what it is, because Floyd, it's over, bro. Now, back to the NFL. The NFL, we're going to go straight to the Minnesota Vikings game, with a limited amount of time. Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers. Now, Kirk Cousins, again, people, if you don't have balance, you can't win in football. These dudes are not running the ball the way they should. You got it in a shootout with Aaron Rodgers, who was hobbled against Kirk Cousins. And again, we can just simply go to the box scores and you'll see why the Green Bay Packers were allowed to stay in this game. Because Coach Zimmerman allowed Kirk Cousins to throw the ball 48 times while running the ball 18 times. Well, on the other hand, Aaron Rodgers was doing his thing, what is natural to him, throwing times. People, don't stop believing the hype. This is not a passing league. You cannot win by just simply throwing the football. I'm sorry, it does not work that way. If you don't have a balanced attack, your quarterback will be teed off on, and you will lose more times than you win. And this is a tie. And is that something that is becoming a trend? Or is it simply, as I assume, the beginning of the season, nobody's in full swing, and it's going to continue to go that way? Then we're going to go to the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Cam Newton, again, I'm gonna beat the hell out of this dead horse. Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers are a run-based, defensively minded team. Why is Cam Newton throwing the ball 45 times while that team is running the ball 18 times? You look at the other side of the screen, 32 rushing attempts by the Atlanta Falcons, 28 passing attempts by Matt Ryan. That's why the Atlanta Falcons continue to win. People, look around the league. If you don't throw, you can't. If you don't run, you cannot consistently win. Of course, there are outliers that say different, but I'm telling you this now. If you don't throw the ball, you will not win. Run the ball, you will not win. It's just simple. This is old as the game it is itself. The NFL is 99 years old, and people have been saying that for 99 years. You run to win, you throw to score. I understand that the throwing aspect is an attractive thing, and everybody want to do it. But at the end of the day, you got Deshaun Watson throwing the ball 32 times. He in his second year. The team is running the ball 26 times. You can't win, even though that's close. It's very close. It's not enough to say that's why they won, that's why they lost. But again, if their offensive line is shaky, Lamar Miller only got 14 rushing attempts. Deshaun Watson had 5. He damn near had a quarter of the 25%. I mean, 1/3 of the rushing attempts, and that's just crazy, man. He had 1/5 of the rushing attempts. But Will Fuller getting 8 catches, DeAndre Hopkins getting 6 catches, Bruce Ellington getting 3 catches. This is how you lose a football game. This is textbook, people. This is textbook. And because I have so little time, I'm not going to go over the entire week. What I am going to do is do this week's picks. Now, I'm only going to do we're going to do college football and this week's picks. This week, Thursday night football. We're going to do the Thursday night football week 3 pick, the Jets versus the Browns. I'm going to go with the Browns because the Browns have a hellacious defense that's running around wild. I'm going to need my man T-Mobile to step his game up. Otherwise, week 4, because it's a Thursday game, you will give them enough time to get Baker Mayfield ready. I don't think he's ready to start, but if you continue to play such a pedestrian brand of football, Tyrod, T-Mobile, your ass going to be watching, man. I'm sorry. With that being said, I'm going with the Browns to get their first victory tomorrow night in a very long time, in more than one season of football. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. The Browns and the Jets is going to be a defensive fight. Trust me, you will not see more passes than runs. It's not going down that way. Look for a lot of action with a bunch of these guys. It's going to be a slobber knocker. If you don't know what that means, understand that Isaiah Crowell and Carlos Hyde are going to be running the ball all night long while T-Mobile and Sam Darnold handing it out. It's not a good look to continue to throw the ball all over the yard. Ty Haley has made his game plan ridiculously uber conservative in order to accommodate T-Mobile. I'm disappointed in T-Mobile because I feel he's better than that. And we are going to look at it. We're going to look deeper into that at a later date. Now, college football is on the horizon. Y'all know that's my thing. College football, top 10 is where it's at. We are going to look at this. We're going to look at the schedule, and then we're going to get it popping. Tomorrow night, Thursday's matchup is Tulsa versus Temple. Womp womp. Penn State is going to beat the hell out of Illinois. Womp womp. Missouri and Georgia is going to be interesting. Second half, Georgia's going to pull away because they Alabama Junior. Wake Forest is going to hand Notre Dame Fighting Irish their first loss. Now, what I am going to talk about is this. How long does a coach at a big-time program get? How much rope does he obtain? How much is he afforded? You have Willie Taggart, you have Scott Frost, and you have Chip Kelly. They are big-time coaches. They are good coaches at big-time programs, and we are wondering how long do they get? People, this is a microwave society, but don't get fooled by the nonsense. It takes time. I understand when you have what's that? Anthony Cruz. Not true. The Packers were up 17-3. Not true about what, Ant? Speak on it, blood. I ain't see that until just now. And if you talking about you run the score, you run the win, you throw the score. The Packers, if you got that defense that the Minnesota Vikings have, you got my man DeJuan Cook. If I'm gonna address that right now, and if you got DeJuan Cook on your team, and you got that Vikings defense, you should never be behind by that much. That's why Kirk Cousins is throwing the ball 50 times because they're not running it. But Latavius Murray, DeJuan Cook, they need to be playing a more conservative game, and they'll beat just about anybody in the league. I understand the concept of people saying, hey, man, it ain't what it was in the 80s and people not running like that. But at the end of the day, that's how you win it in the NFL. I don't give a damn what year it is. That's how you getting down. But back to this. You got Scott Frost. He's coming to a situation where he's learning the Big Ten, and he's learning the personnel. So this is not his group. You have to allow him to cultivate the talent. Willie Taggart is in the same boat. The difference in him and Willie Taggart is this. Willie Taggart is void of offensive line help. Willie, you cannot run your offense and when you don't have the horses to do it. This is why you're a coach. We're going to talk about coaching Saturday on Saturday's show, and we're going to talk about how we are at a weird time in sports and all aspects of sports because coaches aren't coaching anymore. They're just showing up. Vikings D was looking suspect in the first half. That's why you run the ball, though, man. If you looking suspect in the first half, that's when you run the hell out the ball. Because I don't give a damn what's going on. You got Aaron Rodgers out there. People, it's human nature, and to approach something like Aaron Rodgers hurt, we got this. Go in there and your head a little bigger than it normally would be, and then you overextending yourself and you get your ass kicked. You playing down to your competition. That's what the average teams do. The great teams go in there, you run the hell out of Cook, you run the hell out of Latavius Murray, and you take the ball out of the suspect ass Kirk Cousins' hands because he's a poor man Matthew Stafford, and you heard how I felt about Matthew Stafford earlier in the show. Not good at all. But back to Frost and Taggart. Frost is learning this team. Willie Taggart, I'm questioning why they even hired Willie Taggart, because Willie Taggart has a losing record. Why do you hire somebody at a school like Florida State who has a losing record? He goes to Syracuse, gets his brains beat out. He goes to Stanford, not Stanford, Stanford. This is not the same caliber of competition. Willie, slow the damn game down, run the ball, or do some quick hitters. It's not working for you, Willie. Holler at your boy if you need some help. This is going to be an interesting week. Now, TCU just lost to Ohio State, and now they're playing Texas. It's going to be a very interesting game. It's trying for Texas supremacy. Mississippi State is going to beat the hell out of Kentucky. It's going to be an interesting week this week. Now, what we going to do before we close this out? We going to go Heisman hopefuls. And I'm going to do the Heisman hopefuls, then we're going to close this show out. And it's been a true pleasure tonight, man. I got a whole lot out off my chest. I ain't seen no response from the homie Ant yet. So we're going to do this Heisman thing. And as I told y'all, my man Love, he's fading fast. It's not looking good for that brother. Stanford, they're still winning, but man, this dude Bryce Love is looking like trash. You know, it's just not a good look for this dude. We're going to see what he can generate over the next few weeks. But it's not looking good for that brother there, man. Bryce Love is a very talented back. It's like a good thing. At this point, people are going to be saying, good thing you got a damn Stanford education, because your ass is not going to get drafted. It is a interesting year. I don't even want to butcher this young brother's name. The top 5 people in my Heisman thing, my Heisman hopefuls. Quarterback at the Penn State University. You got this young boy at Ohio State University. Man, my everything is moving slow, just like with Stacy. Jesus Christ. Looks like we're going to end up doing that Saturday. Will Grid didn't play last week. Jeez. Everything's moving slow. Okay. I got Bryce Love looking terrible. Jonathan Taylor not looking so bad. The people who I got in the Heisman race is Tua Tiaola. I don't even want to butcher that young brother's name. Jake Foreman out of Georgia. Justin Abel, Khalil Tate. Now, what I am going to do is do this. I'm going to do a much better job at doing this Saturday because my computer is moving insanely slow. Should have wrote it down on my iPad. It's a wrap. Now, what I want to do is thank everybody for tuning in. Tune in Saturday from 4 to 6 Central Standard Time. It's the end of the show. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in from coast to coast, from city to city, to border to border. I want to thank the people in Fiji. I want to thank the people in Australia. I want to thank the people in Korea, Russia, China. I want to thank 3 people on the continent. 3 countries on the continent: Algeria, Ghana, and Guyana. I want to thank the people in Portugal, Spain, Germany, Ireland, and France. I want to thank the people in the United Kingdom, Norway, And again, everybody